What's happening, everybody? Jay Shock Blast here. Check it out. Yesterday I went out to the 2016 Boston Comic Con, and I mean, you know, it was a show. I've got some opinions, and I guess I'll share them after I talk a little bit about my very few hauls from the show. I went in with the idea that if I could find a good deal, I would do it. I went in with the idea that I was hopefully going to meet John Barrowman, Katie Lotz, Danielle Panabaker, Robbie Amell, maybe a few others. But I ended up not doing any of them because by the time I got in, I was just so agitated that I was not dealing with any more lines. But yeah, you got John Barrowman. I was really sad. I could deal with the autograph lines being long. When I show up 3 hours after a event starts and it still takes me 45 minutes to get in the building, I'm not going to be very happy about it. Unless they get a different venue, I'm not going to another one of these shows, specifically Boston Comic Con. The venue they had it at was the Seaport Convention Center, or the Seaport World Trade Center in Boston, and it was oppressively hot inside. Elizabeth Henstridge was one I wanted to meet, as was Ben McKenzie. So it was like oppressively hot inside, and you know, just I was shocked that it took so long to get in, and I showed up purposely 3 hours late because I didn't want to wait in line to get in. I wanted to just go right in. I do want to point out real quick, this is my buddy right here that I used to work with, Gotham's Usual Suspects, a parody of the 1995 film The Usual Suspects, featuring Batman's Rogue Gallery, directed by Michael Maxwell. The coolest part of my day was I literally got out of the elevator at the parking garage, and he was standing there, so I didn't even have to hunt him down, so that was kind of cool. But, you know, it is what it is. I was very frustrated because I've been to PAX East, I've been to PAX Prime, I've been to so many other Comic-Cons, and I've never, ever, ever had to wait in line that long for any of the events, including PAX. Because, you know that there's going to be that initial rush, and if you want to wait in line to get in right away, that's cool, that's up to you, but like when you show up 3 hours after the event starts, you shouldn't really have to deal with that. I mean, I really don't think so. It was so unorganized, like, it just, the line wrapped around the building even 3 hours later, and I've come to find out this is a common complaint every year, and even I've heard that this could be the last year that it's run by this group that are about to get sold. The New England Convention Center, I believe it's called, I'm not positive, but it's like literally 3 blocks across the way, like directly across from this place, which is where PAX East is. Like, they need that building. I mean, it's just ridiculous how many people were there. Like, it's a good thing, it's a good problem to have, but like, you've got to be accommodating, and I did not enjoy it. Like, just tripping over people nonstop, you know, people stopping in the middle of aisles, like, no concept of the people around them. But a few cool things did come out of this. Is just the program. It was a tribute to Darwin Cook, who passed away. So one cool thing that did definitely come out of it is this right here. The Man Called Nova #1, autographed by Marv Wolfman. Right there. He created Nova. Not only Nova, but he created Richard Rider. Now, as you guys know, Richard Rider is, next to Deadpool, my favorite comic book character. And I got to say thank you, you know. It was really, really cool meeting him, and I didn't realize just how many characters he's created. Another big one that he created that I was not aware of is Deathstroke. There's plenty of other ones, but like Nova and Deathstroke is pretty impressive to have on your resume. So I actually have this hanging on my wall. If it goes into focus, way over there, as you can see. I can zoom in on it. Right there. So it's definitely a piece of art I'm used to. Apologies, I have a fan running, so I know it's a little loud. Next up, we have this glass that I got for free from Newbury Comics, one of my favorite places to go. They do these glasses all the time, like for different holidays, and I was really happy to be able to actually get the Boston Comic Con. Honestly, the only reason I wanted to get there early was to hopefully score one of these, and fortunately I was able to get one. One of the other things that they had throughout the place was there's like 4 or 5 places that were selling Lego minifigures, and these were 2 of them. Right here. So you can definitely check them out if you want to. But I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I bought 12 of them, and let's check them out. There is Thanos, the only big figure that I had. So one of the places was selling them. One of them was selling them 6 for $20, and I got 5 from them, with Thanos being one of them because the big figures were like 10. And then the other place was like 6 for $20, or I think it was like 8, or it was like 5 for $20, 8 for $30, something like that. So I got a few. Next up, Shocker, Nova, eventually. Alright. Eventually. Trying not to spoil the next one, but I guess we're just going to go right down the line. So every single place had Nova, and I was pretty excited about it. But there you go, Nova. There we go. Next up was Daredevil. I thought that was a really, really cool looking one, so I definitely jumped all over it. Next up, Lady Deadpool and X-Force Deadpool. Shocker. I already have a Deadpool, regular Deadpool, so added those to the collection. Next up, check that one out. Archangel. Now these are not, I don't think these are official Lego pieces. Their listing said Lego compliant. So next up we have Moon Knight and Taskmaster. How cool is that? And Galactus, who is one of my favorite characters from Lego Marvel Superheroes. So I had to get Galactus. Next 2 are actually 2 I'm really excited for. I almost bought on eBay, but I waited. Django and Boba Fett. And then the last one looks the coolest of them all. It's Arsenal. So I can have Arsenal. Now I actually kind of regret not getting a Green Arrow, like from the. They had one that was Green Arrow that looked like the TV show. I didn't get him because I already had this figure. So, oh well. Now I just need to figure out, you know, how exactly I'm going to display these. Because I really don't have, like, I don't really do Legos. Like, I don't really collect them. So, I guess I do now. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna display these, but I'm trying to like do some rearranging over here. there we go. There are the figures that I acquired. They're not the easiest to display. Oh wait, I actually left one out. I was like, oh, I know I have another one. Hawkman. I was really looking for Atrocitus, but nobody had Atrocitus. So there's that. Hawkman doesn't like to stand. So some of you guys may have already seen these because I posted pictures on Twitter. And there we go. Alright, so there they all are. I wish I could get them all into one shot, but I can't, so I was really happy to see a Nova. I mean, I'm not shocked, but are these generic? Are they knockoff? Sure. They look close enough for me, though. I don't need the officialness. So in this regard, I mean, I know I spent $40 on these, and I spent $20 on my autographed, thing here. So, in the end, I spent $60. There's $45 to get in. I was a little disappointed overall. I kind of expected more, but what can you do? Lesson learned. I got over 6,000 steps in, so I guess that's worth it. But I just have expectations. Like when you spend that much money to go to an event, you just expect it to be run a little bit better. A little bit more consideration to the people. Like, don't just take money and cram people in there. At this point, they're big enough that they really need to consider a bigger venue, and maybe one that can cool people down a little bit. Like, I came out of that place drenched, like just completely drenched, and it felt gross. What can you do, though? I mean, I wish I had a better experience. I think the line thing probably agitated me so much that it was unrecoverable. But the venue, though, like they need a little bit of a bigger venue. Maybe they don't need every square inch of the Boston Convention Center or whatever the one that's across the way is that PAX East is at. I mean, yeah, they've got a lot of stuff they probably don't need. It's probably more expensive, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's just it's got to get bigger. Because I honestly, like, if it's at the same place next year, there would have to be an incredible celebrity. It would have to be like Stephen Amell would have to be there in order for me to actually go. Like, I mean, it'd have to be like the whole cast of Arrow. But as it stands, probably not going to go next year, which is unfortunate because I do like conventions like that. But in any event, that is my super impressive haul. They did have like an off-brand, like generic 1/6 scale Arrow figure from some Chinese company. One of the vendors had it, and it was like $170, and I thought hard about it, but I couldn't pull the trigger. It just didn't. I don't know. No, it's not licensed. Not that these are here, but like I wasn't spending that much money on something that wasn't official and I couldn't trust the quality of. So, super stoked about this though. Marv Wolfman was a really nice guy, and really glad I was able to get this. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and we'll see ya.